What's up everyone, it's Hash, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to play the solo from Touch Too Much by AC/DC. This request came in from Switzerland. Now, when I looked up this song and when I looked up the tabs, I saw that it's being taught incorrectly online, and that's usually when I start making these lessons because I don't want you guys to learn these songs the wrong way. Now, let's get started, and before we get started, a quick note. I also talk about this in my other AC/DC lesson. This song, while it is in standard tuning, it seems as the recording was slowed down. So if you're in standard tuning and you're playing to this song or to the record, it's not going to sound good. And the reason is because it's slightly out of tune, and that's because it seems like they slowed down the recording. They used to do this a lot back in the day to make the song a little bit heavier, and they weren't able to preserve the pitch back then. So I'm going to teach it to you guys in standard tuning anyway, but just keep that in mind if you're trying to play with the record. Alright, so let's get started. So you start off by bending the 14th fret of your third string, and then you play the 12th fret on your second and first string. So you go, and then you bend your third string again, but this time instead of going, you're going to play those two strings at the same time. It's almost like you're playing a chord. So what we're doing is the first time, and then the second time, so and then you're going to repeat this over and over again. So let's backtrack. We start off with bend it again, and then now I didn't count exactly how many times he's doing, but when you listen to the record and when you start playing it, you're able to figure it out that way because you can feel the change coming. I don't like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as I'm playing. I would rather feel the progression build up and happen. And trust me, once you learn the solo and once you listen to the record and you try to play along with the record, you'll be able to tell when the change is coming. So check this out. Let's do it again. So what I did when I go from to the next part, I go. So the last time I do, I bend the third string of the 14th fret, and then I play the 12th fret of my first and second string. I do it again. Then come back to the 12th fret of your first and second string once, so go. And then you're going to bend the 14th fret on your first and second string. So we did. So let's backtrack from the beginning. So what I did here is I go. So after I bend the 14th fret of my first and second string, let it come back down, and then I'm going to play the 14th fret on my second and third string. So it's. And then I'm going to play the 12th fret on my third string, 14th fret on my third string, back to the 12th fret on my third string. So went, and I'm doing this vibrato there. Again. I'm going to play the whole thing slow up until this part. Again. So after we go, then we're going to do what we did right in the beginning. One more time we're going to go. We did that right in the beginning, so we go. And then we're going to go to the 15th fret of our second string, bend that up, and then you're going to play the 12th fret of your first string. So you go. So it's actually the same picking pattern. You're just doing it here. So when you come here, you go. And then he pauses for a little bit, for a split second or so. So let's backtrack a little bit. From the transition, we go. Again. And then you're going to play the 15th fret on your first and second string. So you play the 15th fret of your first and second string, you go. So each time I go, I play the 12th fret of my first string and I go back to the 15th fret of my first and second string. So I'm going. Again. So now let's backtrack from the beginning and I'll play it slow. Alright, so after we go. Then pretty much the main part of the solo is done. Then you go into so over here we're playing an E power chord. So that's the second fret of our fifth string and our sixth string open. And then we play the third fret of our low E. Then we're going to play an A power chord, which is the second fret of our fourth string and our fifth string open. So we go. And then we're going to play our A power chord again. So we go. And then we play the third fret of our low E string again. So we go. And then we go back to our A power chord. So here's what we have so far. And then we play the second fret of our fifth string and the fourth fret of our fourth string. Here's what we did. Again. Slow. And then we're going to go one fret over. So. Again. Then we're going to go back to our A power chord, which is the second fret for fourth string and our fifth string open. So we go. And we're going to end it with our E power chord, which is our sixth string open and our second fret on our fifth string. So once again. Again. Alright, so now let's play the whole solo from the beginning. beginning so you guys can play along if you like. Play it slow. So right in the end of the song, there's some licks that he's playing. It seems like he's improvising for the most part. And I'm going to show you guys where he's playing them so you can have a general idea and you can play it as well. So here's what's going on in the end of the song. So you get the general idea. He starts off by bending the 14th fret of his first string, of his high E. He goes. And there's a lot of vibrato that he plays. So you're going. So I guess that's a bend with vibrato. And at some point he does a pull off to his 12th fret on his high E. So he goes. And then he's going to pull off again and he goes, and this time he plays the 15th fret of his first string, so he goes, so he bends the 15th fret of his first string a few times, and then you're going to go to the 19th fret of your high E, you're going to go, so you play the 19th fret, and then you play the 22nd fret on your high E, you go. And you keep bending up your 22nd fret on your high E quite a few times. And then, so this is very similar to a pattern that we did earlier. It's the 15th fret of your first and second string. And in the end, he goes to his 22nd fret of his second string, he bends that up, and he plays the 22nd fret of his first string, he goes, and after that is when this part ends. So this part that I just showed you, I'm sure it's not exactly 100% the exact same way he's picking, just the way I showed you, but it seems like he's improvising anyway, so as long as you have the general idea of what notes he's playing and where he's playing them, you should be able to get this down and play through the record with no problem at all. Anyways, thanks for watching and thanks for the request. As I mentioned, I'll be doing more of these when I get time to do them. I'm usually locked in the studio, so I don't get a lot of time to do these, but I love being able to put these videos out, so keep the requests coming in, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.